Hey, how's it going? Today is Thursday, February 6th, 2025. Today on my an expert on nothing on EON, we talk about my reaction to Pete Alonso re-signing with the Mets for basically a 1 year deal. It was a 2 year deal, but a 1 year option. I think because him and along with Scott Boras couldn't find a better contract that they wanted. And I have to say kudos to the Mets for getting him back for literally like nothing on the dollar relative to what people thought they were going to pay him. Um, it's an average of $17 million a year because it's a 2 year, $54 million. Now that's a lot of money for me and you, and we'll take it any second. But I expected him to get 25 from somebody per year. And my thing is this: I'm obviously a Yankee fan, and the Mets. Kudos to the Mets for trying, and the Dodgers for not caring and like just going all out to win games. And I see this as a Yankee fan, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it because us as Yankee fans, we're used to growing up that we can't have the same mindset because you have to adjust your mindset to what has been happening the past many years. Where besides Garrett Cole, you're not getting whoever you want. Trading for Juan Soto is different than signing him. It was a great trade getting him in the offseason, but then you get outbid. The Yankees getting outbid to keep their own guy, when I was younger, was never heard of. And obviously, it was one guy that was really outbid that they couldn't keep, and that was Robinson Cano back in the day, and the Yankees were lucky for that contract. But at the same time, it was the Yankees. Did they really want him? The Yankees. It's the first time the Yankees were desperate to keep somebody, and their fans were desperate to keep Juan Soto because he had a major part of them making the World Series, and their crosstown rivals, the New York Mets, took him for way more. I don't say more money, but more years and more perks. So the Yankees got outbid, and kudos to the Mets. They've earned it. They wanted him so badly, and congratulations to him in the contract. I don't know if it's going to be a good contract or a bad contract, but that's for we'll see. We'll see in the future if that's a good contract. But Pete Alonso, I thought was a very big rebound opportunity for the New York Yankees to get and play first base because I don't. They have Paul Goldschmidt, but he could play third, and Jazz could play second, and they have a shortstop, the Yankees, and I understand. I think they have Rizzo, but come on, bro. Like, please. Pete Alonso could have played first, and Pete Alonso, if he played for the Yankees, you could have given him a 3 year contract, which it looks like now. I know I'm hindsight 2020, but you could have given him a 3 year contract. He would, and it wouldn't have been a ton of years, and you could have committed to him and said, eh, for 3 years only, and maybe the last 2 years would have been bad, but you know you're not stuck for so long for this guy, and this guy would have tried to show vengeance to the Mets for choosing Juan Soto over him, and I think he would have hit 50 home runs. He wouldn't have had a good average. He wouldn't have been as good as Judge. I think he would have hit 40, 50 home runs hitting next to Judge. I know Soto's great too, so I just want to like preface that he's going to have a good year. I think he's going to hit 40 home runs this year, Pete Alonso. With the Yankees, he was going to hit 40, 50, and I think it would have been like this it built this rivalry. Forget about it. It would have been great for New York baseball. But at the same time, it it would have built this whole thing up about Soto doing crazy things for the Mets and Alonso doing crazy things for the Yankees. And a year ago, they were on the other side. It would have put a story, but who cares about the story? As a Yankee fan, we just want to win. But it would have been a great sign. It would have fit perfectly for a year or two. Instead, the Yankees they don't have really hitters protecting Aaron Judge. I'll be honest with you. Unless somebody comes out of nowhere, unless Jason Dominguez becomes a great player, and everybody thinks he's going to be a great player, and he could be, but we don't know. Most time prospects don't become as great as they say. They really don't. Aaron Judge was not expected to be this good, and he is this good. The guys who they say is going to be like the greatest player to ever play the game coming up, and they have a great prospect. Most of the time, they become good players. They don't become great players. They become solid players in the farm, and and they had a nice career, but nothing special. Gleyber Torres was one, Luis Severino, even guys like Andujar was not. I don't even know if he's in the league anymore. I know I think he's in the minors. Gary Sanchez, great prospects who, by the way, had a good half a year and a good year, hit 36 bombs. It's just like we have to understand like things about sports. Maybe basketball with the first pick or second pick, these guys are going to be so great, and they do become all stars. But every other sport, it's like, really, this guy's going to become a great pitcher. The Yankees don't haven't had a bad offseason. Devin Williams from Milwaukee, and Max Fried, a nice name he has. I like his last name, but the New York Yankees, I remember years ago after the 2020 sprint season, I should call it, because that was the COVID year where there were 60 games and DJ LeMahieu was their best player for those 60 games, and he I think led the league in batting average, and he was signed to a 6-year deal, but he was expecting 20 a year and he got paid 15. And I looked at that contract, and I'm not gonna sit here and say that I knew. I'm obviously this said about Pete Alonso, hindsight 2020. I thought they could have gotten Pete Alonso for a 2-3 year deal. I really think he would have accepted it for the Yankees, and they could have got him a 2-year deal, paid him 30 a year, because they could have taken that 31 million that Soto was getting paid and throw it at him. But I understand that they put it at Max Fried, so you can play that game too. I understand what you're saying. Okay, fine. But they could have paid him more than the Mets, and remember, it's the same taxes, so it wouldn't have the more money in the salary is more money. But okay, fine. I don't feel bad for Pete Alonso because he's getting paid a lot of money for an average human being. But compared to the market, he's not getting paid a ton of money. Okay, I digress from that. But when he got paid 15, I believe it was a 6-year, it was 15 per year or something from the New York Yankees at 34 years old at the time, I said this is not a good deal. Everybody said, "Whoa, they got less to what he was asking for." Well, the problem is the years. I look at contracts in sports and I look at the duration of the contract. That's going to be the problem, not the per year. The Mets have people, Met fans have said this, and even though he's played well last year, Francisco Lindor, people have issues with it because it's so many years. People are Soto. The minute he starts struggling, it's going to be like people are going to buckle and say this is 17 years, 16 years to be exact, of this. This is crazy. But just and baseball is the only sport in the world where they sacrifice years. It's the only sport where they say, well, he's going to be good for, out of the 13 years, he'll be good for 8, so it's all worth it. It's like, no, and every other sport, you don't do that stuff. Every other sport, you say, wait, we're going to waste 3 years on this guy? Get out of here. This sucks. I don't know about hockey. I don't know, but I know that other two sports, definitely, they don't just waste years. Basketball, maybe a year if it's because it's a maximum 5-year contract. But you don't say, well, 4 of those years out of the 7 years is good, so we're all good. It's all worth it. No, it's not like it's only like that in freaking baseball, bro. Because I guess that's just the standards. The standards are wasting. That's just the standards in baseball. Like, for goodness sakes, like DJ LeMahieu, they're just stuck with this guy. This guy, like, he's been terrible. Because they signed him for so many years. If you sign a guy for 1 or 2 years, good. He's terrible. Fine. You got 2 years. You're done. Have a good day. Good night. Like, it didn't work out. But now it's like 6 years. Like, we're stuck with you. What are you doing? This is like. But the thing is with Pete Alonso, I believe the Yankees could have had a good opportunity. But okay, fine. Paul Goldschmidt, and I might be wrong. Goldschmidt might be a good player. Cody Bellinger. I thought it was a solid trade, nothing special, but solid. Like not replacing Soto, but okay, is the best available what you could have done. But Cody Bellinger, I have an issue with Cody is like if he might have to play, not an issue, but he might have to play first base and replace. For this many games, it's like, no, this guy's gonna play center field, and I just think that the Yankees missed their opportunity for this. But congratulations to the Mets for getting like nothing of what do they call it? Cents on the dollar. And the Mets have had a great superstar offseason. At the end of the day, do you win in the offseason? No, you win on the field. Subscribe to my channel, Arya Freed 675, and follow me on Rumble. Okay, thank you. See you soon.